Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic The Podcast with your two hosts, Dre Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
About a month.
Yeah. What's good, people? We are back. Unapologetic Podcast in the house. Got your two hosts here. Dre, no man, Reg, the Prime Minister. Man, I've got all kind of technical difficulties going on over here. Good to see you, my guy. What's up with you, man?
Man, you already know what it is, bro. Good to see you, man. Different toilets, same shit. Out here in the motherfucking middle of nowhere, making it happen like I'm supposed to.
Southwest Asia.
It's cooling off. And I'm rocking with it, man. It's okay, bro. Time winding down, man. We're gonna see what it do. It's time to do what it do. But other than that, bro, work, man. What's up with you?
I was gonna say the same thing, man. It's well, I'll get into that in a minute, but same for me, man. I'm living the life of a retiree. I guess that's what you can call this. Starting to settle in a little bit now,
Okay.
But I mean, it's a good life, I can wake up and do the same thing. It feels like it, but I honestly, I feel like I've been doing the same thing for the last year anyway. Because I was teleworking for the longest,
Right.
but I wasn't doing shit. But I mean, now it's just more official. Now I ain't gotta shave, I ain't gotta cut no hair, I ain't gotta take no earrings, I ain't gotta do no shit. I went running this morning, dog, and I ran the slowest 2 miles I ever ran in my life. But that shit felt good, dog.
Who cares?
Yeah, that shit felt great. I was just getting up for the exercise. That shit felt good. But yeah, man, temperature changing, man. Summer is officially gone. Cause like all my other friends, like we was talking and like they was like, man, it's cold here. I'm like, shit, it was 85 degrees yesterday. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I wake up in the morning this week I wake up in the morning, it's like 42, 41. I'm like, yeah, this bitch has changed quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get home, I might turn to a motherfucking icicle, man.
Yeah, if you come right about now, yeah. In the daytime, I think it's in the 70s right now, but it don't warm up till about 11, 12 o'clock. Still in like 40s and 50s, which is still good for some places. Yeah, man, that's about it. You know how it is here. Ain't shit going on. You been keeping up with any of sports?
Yeah, man. I gotta keep up with the sport, bro. Been some interesting things, man. My guy, shitty ass team took a turn for the worse.
Yeah. Let's start with the Tar Heels. Because you asked me what I've been up to. I went to we're not gonna talk about the football team.
Okay.
I went to Friday. I went to late night with HD. Had a chance to hit you up, picked up some stuff, man. Great night. Yeah. Great night. Man, I loved it. And you know how it is, just being whether you in Keenan or you in Dean Dome, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just being around the fans, the same people that got that same love for the same team. Colors, everything. Yeah. That atmosphere is crazy, man. I loved it. I picked up you some stuff. Of course, I gotta. You'll get it once you get back. But
man, appreciate it, man. You listen. I woke up for that when I seen what's going on. I'm like, oh, what? Look at the video. Like the cold out of my eyes. See what the hell going on? Yeah, man. Yeah, it looked like a good time, though.
It is, man. Like I said, we got to try to somehow make that a tradition. But I think we looking good. I think we looking good. For us to be, I don't care about these season rankings and all the other stuff.
That big fat 19 beside our name. But okay.
19 ain't it. 19 ain't it. We looking good. We gotta, of course, we gonna have to gel because the new pieces. But I think we got the pieces. If not this year, next year we gonna be, depending on who we lose. I know Baycott got to be gone. Love got to be gone. It ain't no way Baycott and Love stay another year. But we got pieces, man. That big white boy Mantech.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I was impressed.
Buddy from Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, yep. I was impressed.
Yeah, okay.
That other kid, the other kid, Garcia, is that the one that came from Marquette? I was impressed.
Well, he gave us the blues.
Yeah, he sure as hell did. I think he put about 27, 28, 29 on us. Yeah.
He gave us the blue. He gave us a double-double.
Mm-hmm.
Right word too.
Justin McCoy, I'm kind of, I don't know. We'll see. But he might be a glue guy like Leaky. He might be a glue guy. But we'll see. I think we looking good though. I think we looking good. Them young boys, I want to see them. I want to see the young boys do more. But I think they're gonna like that dude Styles, Dontrez Styles, and DeMarco Dunn. They look nice too. But for them to get the playing time that they're gonna need to get better, it's gonna be tough because Love is solidified in that rotation. Walton is solidified in that rotation. RJ Davis is solidified in that rotation. Like them boys. Them boys gonna have to fight for that time. I think
Davis love patting that ball. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ain't too much gonna change from I don't see from HD coming into the next year. I mean, as far as I think we'll have still a ball dominant ball handler, but hopefully we got some shooters out there, man. That's the only thing we really miss, shooters, man.
Because you can see it from there. He's opening the floor up. Like, big man was shooting, catch and shoot, draining them. He had a white boy hit about 3. Like, it was just like spreading the floor for Love. Give him a pick up top, let him create. If he ain't got it there, he can kick it, because he draw. If he beat his man, of course, somebody going to have to pick up. He kicking it right to a big man. That was one time he came down the floor, pulled up in Baycock's face. Turned around and head the other way, bottoms. I was like, these boys impressing me. But yeah, man, I'm excited. 20 days till tip-off, man.
And I'm locked all the way in. I don't give a damn if I'm on Mars. I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. Football team. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is, Red.
Lost season.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, man. And I'll just say it's not quite a loss yet. I think we both are in agreement they are underperforming.
Right.
But it's not a lost season just yet. Let's just see how this thing plays out. And we definitely need luck on our side. But let's just see how the thing plays out,
Yeah, because like I told you in text message, our next 4 or 5 games could really make a big difference for us because we play 4 ranked teams.
Yeah,
with Notre Dame being one of them.
Yeah, and on top of that, we need a little help from Pittsburgh, need a little help from Virginia Tech too. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm already looking forward to next year. I am because I feel like I just feel like this is going to be got to be a learning point for a lot of them, and hopefully whoever we have, because Sam gone. Whoever we have, hopefully Luke May can slang it like we need, or Drake, man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I think the young boy Chriselle that's behind Sam right now, he's pretty good. So we'll see. I'll leave it at that, though. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna transition. I want to ask you something because I was thinking about just the younger generation and even probably the one after this, and maybe the one in between us and this generation now, because there is one. Because I was watching the verses, you probably didn't have a chance to catch, did you?
No.
Okay, loved it. Well, that was my, because I kind of grew up around that era, and then that's
the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even same thing for you. Growing up, we grew up in that CD and tape deck era. You know what I'm saying? So you buy, or even you was putting the tissue in the tape and recording on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I bought a CD or a tape, while I'm listening to it, I'm in the booklet reading. You know what I'm saying? Reading who wrote the song, who produced it, what samples they got in it. And then you like, damn, let me go. And so then you going back to check sample, like the sample from 1970 or 60, and now you put onto some even older music, you know what I'm saying? So you know, I was talking to some of the young boys and they was just like, you know, we don't know who these niggas are. But I was like, just not necessarily like why, but you know, why do you think, well, where's that disconnect or that gap from this generation is to us to where we, you know, researched and wanted to know more about our music culture or just the hip hop in general?
Well, I think I don't know if it's necessarily a gap, but I guess we can go with that. I think the difference between, you know, our generation versus today's generation, one, I'll say it's who they feel like their pioneers are, who they feel like are the people that, you know, paved the way for the guys they listen to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that has a lot to do with it, because if you look at it, you know, this is an era of Atlanta trap. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, at the forefront of this, you know, this Atlanta trap, arguably, is Gucci Mane. You know what I mean? And mm-hmm. So because all these boys, they rep, you know, they throw up Gucci name, and so. And then on top of that, I think it's the attention span. The thing about it is, man, with the rise of social media, something that we really didn't have growing up, like, you know, viewers, people, period, their attention spans are very, very small. So smaller than it's ever been. So I think people just, you know, they regurgitate so many different sounds, so many different people, so many different, you know, albums or whatever, that they don't really give a shit where this or where that came from. You know, mm-hmm. You know, we real life, like when we were growing up, you know, quarters when it came down to music were really a thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was really a thing. And so now it's like, you know, you got people pumping out music every week. You know what I mean? Whether we like them or not is one thing, but yeah, they're pumping out a lot of music, man. So I think that's what a disconnect is. And our pioneers aren't the same, aren't going to be the same as their pioneers. Like, I remember hearing a little while ago, maybe a couple of years ago, that, you know, people look at some people as people out here that actually believe like a guy like Chief Keef is a GOAT in rap. You know what I mean? Like he paved the way. But when you think about it, who put Chicago drill on the map? Mm-hmm. So that's what I think. She's about the pioneers and who they think the pioneers are, man. You know?
I agree and disagree with you. As far as in the volume of music, yeah, because even like with some of our favorite artists, like you know, let's go with, let's say J. Cole. Album comes out, and then next week there's another album that come out that you like. Then the next week after that, there's another album that come out that you like. You know what I'm saying? So you already compounded a whole lot of music up on it. So now you giving these newer albums a little more attention, more listen. But then, you know, the next week there's another album that come out on top of that one. So now, you know, a lot of this stuff is like fading off to the back. And, you know, like myself, like a lot of times I talk to you like, damn, dog, I found myself going back to GQ's album. Mm-hmm. Listen to, you know what I'm saying? Well, I found myself listening to J. Cole again, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much music that comes out, you know, on top of each other. It's just hard to keep up with music these days anyway, because next, you know, before you know it, it's a new song, a new album, or whatever else. But the other thing is, this is a research generation. Like I said, like with us, like we, you know what I'm saying? We was looking at like the inside of the CD. The inside of the tape, you know, right. Reading the shout outs, the credits, and all this other stuff. Like you can listen to some of your music that you grew up, like, let's say Outkast, whoever else, and you listen to a hook or a note in a song, you like, where do you get that from? Right. That's a Barry White beat or something. You know what I'm saying? Then you going back listening to that, you know. Well, I guess we did our due diligence and research on it. But like I said, I think, you know, as this being a research generation, because you'll even see it, like your daughter probably do it now. Like she might like argue you down about some stuff that you think, you know, that you think you might know more than her. And she could tell you like, Dad, that ain't it. Like, da, 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 da. And you like, well, how you know that?
Yo, she asked me while you playing. She asked me like, where is the oldest shoe? You know, obviously we sneakerhead. So she asked me, Dad, well, where's the oldest shoe located? I don't know. It's in the closet, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. But she looked it up. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying on that. You're right. You're right. It is.
YouTube, man, probably. And another thing, just with our generation, not even generation, our culture. I can't speak for other coaches because I'm not in it, but I was listening to this show and I think they was talking about something that T.I. said. It might have been T.I., might not have been, but they was talking about how they the dude was in the store with his like 18, 19-year-old son and was buying him some clothes. He's about to go up to college, and he was like, Dad, those shoes are dope. I love them. I love that outfit, but I mean, ain't too many people wearing that no more. Like I like. And the guy was like, well, if it's dope and you like it, why do you care about who wearing it and who ain't wearing it? Yeah. But for the most part, I think we've probably always been like that as a culture. Like you can have some shit in the closet right now that you ain't never wore that's dope. You bought it for a reason. Right. You like, niggas ain't outside in this no more, so you don't even fuck with it no more. Why? Well,
I don't know, man. It's just when it boils down to it, people just aren't original anymore, man. So it's about doing it for the clout. It's about doing it for, attention or the likes, So that's why people do this. Still, they don't. Us as a culture, we are copycat each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then on top of that, other culture copycat us, but that's a different story for a different day. But that's what it boils down to, man. Like people just we're trendy, we're trendy and we're trendsetters. So being original is a thing of the past, my friend.
It is. But I find myself getting to the point to where I don't even necessarily care what somebody else is wearing. Like, for most part, like, and I'll use this for an example. Like in my group chat, it's I have a couple of them, but one of them, I think it's more women in the group chat than men. And a lot of them be commenting on the shorts that, these young boys be wearing these days, with the 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch seams, you know what I'm saying? All their thigh shit showing.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit don't bother me. I don't care. I mean, but to them, that shit ain't masculine. That ain't this. Well, to some of them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I be wondering myself, like, why are we so caught up in what people wear? Like, who cares? Like, but what is masculine these days? A nigga, like, just because his shorts don't come past his knees or drop below his knees, he ain't masculine?
Guess what? Oh, you know how I give it up. 98% of my shorts come above my knee, clear above my knee, and I still bust your ass in a masculine way. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just about, and I like wearing those because I feel like those jeans look better or those shorts look better on tall guys. I'm a tall guy. So I rock out with it. I like the way it looks on me. I'm going to continue to like how it looks on me. Right. It is what it is, man.
I just find we are I guess in a everybody wants to be, will claim or say they're different, but doing the same things, worrying about I can't wear this because niggas don't wear this no more, or women don't wear this no more. Like, who cares? Like, I got some shit that I put in my closet about 3-4 years ago that I ain't never got the chance to wear because it ain't get cold like that, and I'm hoping it get cold like that this year because I'm pulling all that shit out. I don't give a fuck.
As you should.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck who wearing it and who ain't wearing it.
As you should.
NBA season tipped off last night.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really want to get into it, but I don't even want to talk about Kyrie, Ben Simmons.
Yo, you know what, man? The man, if I understand it correctly, he wants to be traded. He just doesn't want to play for them anymore, correct?
Right.
Right. So so many people are saying he's a distraction, he's this, he's that. Look, man, not even the pioneers, but today's, what's the word I'm looking for? The guys that are household names in the league today, quite a few of them forced themselves out of their situations. Whether they did it publicly or whether they did it behind closed doors, they forced themselves out of their situation. Now, as me, Andre, do I feel like it's the right thing to do? No, man. Play your contract out. Try to figure it out with your team. Try to do what you can to win. You know what I'm saying? You got a good nucleus. We got a good ball club. You just got to do whatever you got to do to figure it out. But, from a fan standpoint, of course you hate to see it, man. You know what I mean? Like he has some talent. He has a lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot.
No, he's not the best shooter. Everybody can't shoot. But he has a lot of talent, man. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate for the league, and it's unfortunate for the 76ers because I don't know how good they're going to be without him. Let's just be honest.
So I get the forcing your way out. I think the difference is most of those people may have had a year, maybe 2 years left on their contract at the most.
How many does he have?
Ben Simmons got 4.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is second year of a 6-year deal.
Yeah, now that's a bit much. Yeah, now that's a bit much.
And I mean, I think we probably can look at it from both perspectives, because I know if you got something and someone trying to offer you something for it, you like, listen, you got to come close to what I'm giving you. Like, you ain't gonna give me, I'm not gonna give you my good shit and you give me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you a pair of Jordans and you give me these Pro Kids.
Okay.
Or even if you offer me 4 pair of Pro Kids for these 11s. Nah, it ain't gonna work. Like, you gonna have to you got to come off something.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work. Yeah.
I need some value. But but if your Jordans are scuffed up, got a lot of heel drags on it and they dirty, and and my man's like, but listen, the value with them ain't too good. And so so I see it. But I think he got to help them too.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
You can't tell me that it's my job to boost your trade value when you're not on the court performing. I don't have no body of work. Like, I have a good body of work showing you a good player, but the last time we seen you on the court, you choking. Looking like cheeks, you know what I'm saying? And now you're not even playing right now, so you gotta give me something to work with.
Facts. No, you're right, man. You're right. So the thing about it is, man, the number is just the number is too high for him to be traded, bro. Like, that's just what it is. The number's too high.
Right.
And like you said again, like what are you going to? Yeah, you will add something to a team. You know what I mean? But are you going to add what team out there needs what Ben Simmons brings to the table besides his own team? The biggest thing for him and the biggest thing that he has on his side is size. And so in size, and him and Embiid and Tobias, they're big guys.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, that's what makes him go. I think that's what gives him the advantage in playing in Philly. Now, once you leave up out of Philly, and I get it's the NBA, you got 6'8" guys everywhere, but do you have 6'8" guys that can handle the ball? Do you have a point guard? You know what I mean? It's not a whole lot. It's some, but not a whole lot. And if they are, they're premier players in the league. You know what I mean? So the number's too high, man.
It's too high. And then the teams that he demanded that he get traded to is damn near impossible. Golden State don't want him. The Lakers can't. The Lakers can't get him. Who are you gonna trade? You can't trade Russ because Russ just got there. Russ ain't going nowhere. Everybody they just got on 1-year deals, them dudes is not going nowhere. They're not, you know what I'm saying? So it's interesting and weird. But hopefully it works out. Golden State and the Lakers put on a pretty good show last night.
Yeah, they did.
And Giannis looked like he done added a lot in that tool bag.
I'm so happy for that. And one of my boys, man, I told him a while ago, man, maybe about 3 seasons ago, I told him about I bought a Bucks jersey, right? I bought a Bucks jersey. It's like, man, why on earth do you have a damn Milwaukee Bucks jersey? And I told him, man, Greek Freak, man, he's something different, man. He really is something different. He ain't nothing. He ain't this, ain't that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And I remind them every chance I get.
Yeah.
You're free.
Yes, sir. That boy look. If he continue to play like that, and I think one thing the commentators hit on the head right is that team play like he's him and probably Russ, the only superstars that play on 100 the whole time. They give it all. They give it all. And so for Giannis, him being the leader of that team, that's how that team is molded. Look, our top dog out there busting his ass.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have to do?
What's your excuse?
Right. What is your? You can't even. The coach can't even come out there and be like, "Hey, look, you ain't hustle." Like they can tell him that. Like, look, you ain't hustle hard enough for that ball. I can say that because my number one guy, our MVP, our Finals MVP, is diving on the ground for loose balls.
Yeah, game one,
doing whatever it takes. You know
game
what I'm saying? Exactly, to get the job done. So from 1 to 10, 1 to 12, 1 to 15, whatever. I can say the same shit to all y'all niggas.
Thanks. No, I'm with you, man. He definitely sets the standard, man.
Yeah.
And
you probably can't.
Go ahead.
Huh.
No, I'm saying he's really raising the bar, man, for superstars and being complete. Yeah.
You read my mind.
It's good. It's good.
Because I was gonna say, how many other superstars you know like doing that, putting themselves out there?
None.
Right. And,
not like him.
Derrick Henry.
Okay.
You think
what we talking about?
Another MVP year? Is it looking like that early MVP year?
So he was the MVP last year.
No, not last year. Aaron Rodgers was last year. Henry might have been the year. Was it? So Aaron was last year. Was Lamar last year?
He got the score. He got the title. I thought
Henry had the rushing title, but he didn't win the MVP one of those years.
I don't think so. But regardless,
he did.
I don't have to look that up.
I think it's Patrick Mahomes, then Lamar, then Aaron Rodgers, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Probably.
Okay. Well, what I will say is he is an amazing football player. He's an amazing athlete. You know, at 6'3", 247 pounds, in pads, running at 21, 22 miles per hour, bro. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a locomotive. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a bad day at the office if you get in front of that young man.
You know, it's only a handful of running backs that you can name off that they can load the box up on and still get plus yardage or break off a big run. We're not talking about every now and then, here and there. We're talking about like maybe every 2 or 3, maybe every 3 to 5 carries with the box being loaded. They're gonna get you at least 8, 9, 10 yards. Barry Sanders, he was doing it with finesse. AP was running through. Derrick Henry running over people. Help me out.
Hey man, listen. But you said AP, that's funny. But yeah, you're right, man. Like, and I think for teams loading the box on them, of course you gotta do what you can, try to stop them at a point of attack or whatever. But you gotta think about it. Once he gets into that second sector of your defense, bro, he has wheels. I watched him Monday night, and he broke through the line, man, pretty much untouched. Well, only got to touch him. He ran into one of his linemen. But I saw a safety. I mean, the safety got on his horse to try to catch this man. He wasn't even close. He wasn't even close. And I'm just sitting here looking at this big motherfucker like, how? Where? How? What? You're 6'3", 247 pounds.
Yeah.
How? I don't know about MVP. I'm gonna say the MVP gonna be Lamar Jackson this year.
You know what?
But
yeah. But I think him. I gotta add Kyler. I gotta add Kyler in there too.
You do have to add Kyler.
Gotta add Kyler because I think those three players right now, like without them, those teams might be winless. Lamar, they basically look. Well, Lamar has to do everything. Lamar has. Kyler has a lot of weapons around him.
I was getting ready to say, do you think the Cardinals are winless without him? I don't think so.
No, they're not. You're right. Yeah.
I think that the Ravens are winless without Lamar Jackson. No doubt about it. So far this year, he is my MVP with you got to throw Kyle in there, but my dark horse and that people won't start talking about it until another month or two is Aaron Rodgers. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks. Okay. My favorite quarterback in the league right now. So, you can't. Aaron Rodgers and what he does game in, game out, season in, season out, his team always has an opportunity, always has a chance to make
right.
a run. And
he's falling into that LeBron territory for me. Like what he does is taken for granted and it's expected because he's Aaron Rodgers. If somebody else was doing it, then it's a spectacle. It's like, man, do you see what this person is doing?
Yeah.
So
no, that's a good analogy, man. It's a good analogy, man. It's a good comparison because we do take advantage of it. We do take it for granted of the things that he does at his age on top of it and how long he's been doing it, man. Like it's expected, like you said. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the difference between, because of course Brady's gonna get his praises. The difference between those two is that I think you look at this Buccaneers team, and from top to bottom, this Buccaneers team is a very, very, very good team.
They have the best roster.
Yeah, a very good team. So I get the Tom Brady praise and he's doing this at 44 and 45 and all this other stuff. But Tom ain't no dummy either. Tom knew had he went to the damn Jacksonville Jaguars, it wouldn't be the same. Like we would, had he went to Jacksonville, we'd probably be talking different about him. They might win some games, but it ain't gonna be no Super Bowl run like they did last year. Tampa Bay was not a sorry team last year. They're not a sorry team this year.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers we can't say that roster is built to really win. Aaron Rodgers, what that team is accomplishing is solely because of him.
And Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but I mean.
But he can't get the ball without Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
He can't get the ball without Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers get a lot of people open too. I mean, with what he does. But yeah, man, I'm excited about basketball being back. I'll be even more excited when college comes back, and NFL is really starting to get interesting. College football, it's getting interesting with Alabama losing the week before last, and Iowa getting knocked off this week, just passed. Interesting to see what's gonna happen, especially with the SEC, because Georgia's looking real. Well, Georgia's Georgia. This is nothing surprising.
I beg to differ, my friend. I think for the way that they are able to stop people and stop people at a high level is something like we haven't seen from them in quite some time, if ever. You know what I mean? Like they are stopping people. They are knocking your head off. They are, you know what I mean? Like they're pretty good, man.
Yeah, no, they're better than pretty good, but I think we've seen this from Georgia before. We've seen them run the gamut and then get into a SEC championship game or the national championship game and just don't look how they look the rest of the year. Now, they've never looked like this. It's only a few teams that defense has looked like this. Their offense right now is just starting to pick it up to play along with that defense. But I don't know. Maybe it's a Georgia thing because we've seen Georgia teams go to that championship game and drop a turd. Yeah. From the Falcons to the Hawks to, well, not necessarily the Hawks, but definitely the Bulldogs, because Well, the Bulldogs was on, the Braves too, but the Bulldogs was on Alabama ass. That when Tua came on the scene, when they pulled Hurts, put Tua in the second half, and it was a wrap because they was on Alabama ass.
Facts.
Big. Yeah. So let me ask you this question. And some of your best, well, some of the relationships that you've been in, or I guess some of the relationships that you took the most from, or your best relationship or relationships, would you say that you and that person has been more alike than opposite, or the other way around, more opposite than alike?
That's a good question. I'll say I'll go to like. We've been more alike.
Okay.
And I'll say more alike because of just being able to see eye to eye on important things, man. I think that's the key. That was the key once upon a time. I know it's relationship, seeing eye to eye, and you see eye to eye with someone that thinks like you. It has the makings. It could be a downside to it, which I'm sure you'll cover, but I think for me, definitely being alike is the thing. It's the best thing. Been the best. They were the best relationships.
So that works more better for you. For someone that I guess is more opposite of the opposite attract opinion that a lot of people give. You rather you vibe well with. Well, of course, I guess we kind of all vibe better with people that are like-minded or whatever else. But we do hear that saying or that opinion a lot, that opposites attract.
That's true. That's true too. That's true. You know what I mean? I think opposites do attract. However, in order for you to keep that thing together, you gotta think like I believe you gotta think like your significant other, man, in order to keep that thing together.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So when you say that, and what comes to mind is, I'm pretty sure, once y'all got to a certain point, you found yourself doing little things or liking little things that you didn't like before, but now this person like, or maybe they introduced you to something new, or it's something as simple as music. Like your lady might have your whole playlist, like everything you play when you get in the car and she in the car riding with you. She's saving that shit in the phone. Next thing you know, you get in there, you're like, what you know about this?
Of course. Yeah, that's a definite. Like now, when you talk about likes and dislikes or liking, you're gonna, if you're involved with someone, you're definitely going to, whatever they got going is going to rub off on you. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. So when it comes down to the music, I could definitely see that. Yeah, and other things too, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Clothes, well, not really clothes, but definitely shoes. I know most of the women I talk to, like, they might not even like Jordans. Let's say I know they got. I remember this one when I got to Columbia, I was there early. Next thing I know, this girl had damn near a whole closet full of Jordans. I'm like, when did you start liking Jordans?
I've seen it before. Yeah, I've seen it before. Go from not wearing sneakers to having straight heat.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Courtesy of
yours truly. Yeah. I think, but I mean, at times that can be a beautiful thing too. It can be. But and then, well, as far as in the young lady that I started, got to the point where I'm like, baby, you don't even wear heels no more. Like, I need to see you in them heels sometime too. Now, come on. Just because I like Jordans don't mean I want to see you in Jordans all the time, or even see you in them. Period. Like, you got to put these heels on too now.
Yeah. Oh, she just changed up. Period. Yeah. She went. Oh, she went. Okay. She went from Beyonce to old school 2015 Tiana Taylor, huh? Okay.
Now you got this one little corner over here with 5 or 6 heels in it. You got a whole like 2, 3, 4 corners over here, like section off a shoebox. Like, no, we can't do that, baby. You gotta change that shit up. Get out of here, like, niggas still want to see you in them heels here and there.
Yeah, but I mean, but there again, people gonna switch up and change up.
Yeah, Hey, so as a, just man, not even, whether you're out there, you're looking, you're dating or whatever else. Growing up, you kind of had like the gift of gab. You know what I'm saying? You kind of had to have that to where, talking to women or whatever else. You think that's changed a lot? You think you really don't have to have quote unquote game these days?
No, I don't think you do, man. I think you just gotta have a drip, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have a drip. If you had a drip, the drip, the drip, if you will get you the attention. That'll get you in the ballpark. Mm-hmm. Right? The drip will get you in the ballpark.
You gotta stand out first.
And then from there, I guess the mouthpiece works a little bit, but I guess because I remember, man, I remember growing up, man. Some of my homeboys, man, I ain't my homeboys, but certain guys that I knew was some old ugly motherfuckers, man. Yeah. They had to get together. They knew how to make a woman feel good. They knew how to make, they were girls at the time, but they knew how to make girls feel good or young ladies feel good. They knew what to say to them. You know what I mean? They knew their place. They knew early on what to do, man. They had the recipe early, man. It was some ugly fuckers.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best dress, wasn't none of that. But
yeah, we used to see that all the time. Like, yo, how the fuck that nigga get her?
Yeah.
Gift the gab. That nigga talk. What Jay-Z sell water to a well, dirt to a shovel.
Yeah.
And
bro.
You're absolutely right. These days is more or less that drip. The attention grabber. That's what grabs attention first. He got on these $500 pair of jeans, his chains, his car. Which, I mean, some of that stuff probably, I mean, you stood out back then, but I knew a lot of niggas that wasn't even driving. They was riding a bus that had some of the baddest things. I think the gift of gab was...
Brother, man, I didn't get my first car. I got my first 20.
Mm-hmm.
2. Yeah, facts, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a problem with that department, buddy.
You was doing just fine without it, right? Doing just fine without it. Like it wasn't like Shannon Sharp said, it wasn't no problem. It ain't no problem.
Well, yeah.
With no problem. I'm doing just fine. It wasn't no thing at all, man. That's. But I think a lot of guys still have that gift of gab these days, but it's just not needed.
Yeah, it's not needed. Most of the time, it's not needed.
It's not needed because you can be.
Most of the time, it's about how you look.
Yeah, you can be flashy as fuck and don't even say nothing these days and get all the attention. You know what I'm saying? And get a lot of the wrong attention too.
I know, brother, man. It's the truth. I have a friend right now, man. I have a friend right now that you could say that dealt with a dude with a lot of money. You know what I mean? Dealt with a dude with a lot of money. Dealt with a household name in the sports world. Mm-hmm. I'll say that. I will say that. I mean a household name.
Okay.
Top 5 of his position in his sports. In his sport. In his respective sport. In one of the biggest positions in the sport.
Okay.
Right? And she will tell me that this man is Bozo Super Sunday. I told this man to scram. You hear me?
Yeah.
Like, let me know. Like Dre, this nigga is a corn ball, okay? This nigga is the worst. And I don't care about no Lambos. I don't care about no rapes. I don't care about no colorness. I don't care about none of that. This man is a certified gump. Yeah. So for some, it's out there. It still matters. You know what I mean? But
yeah. So speaking of that, since you said that, what's on my mind? So, in your opinion, is it okay with you if your spouse is venting to her best friend that is of the opposite sex about you? Let's say your girlfriend or your wife, she has a male best friend. She's venting to him about you.
No. Like I'm not gonna be with that. I'm not cool with that. I'm not with that. And you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just. I guess I get it. I get it to a certain degree, because if you call somebody your best friend, that it is what it is. But the man factor kicks in. It's like, yo, you giving this man the key to the, you giving this man the whole recipe, like, you know what I'm saying, to really step the step down or step up or whatever you want to call it, man. You give him the recipe. So with that being said, no, I don't really rock with that, man. But I've been in situations like that where there's been a man involved that's a friend or whatnot, and I've been the one talked about to them for whatever it is that I wasn't doing, So yeah, it's not cool. It's not a good feeling, and I don't think it's really necessary. But at the same time, venting to the opposite sex, man, that's walking a thin line, man. That's walking on thin ice, bro.
It is, and I agree with you 100%. Just for the sole factor of, like you said, you giving him the cookbook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Telling him how to bake the ingredients and everything. So if it ain't nobody that, like, and you can never tell or dictate who's trying to get them cheeks or who's not. I mean, the guy could be or he couldn't be, but unless I know for 100%, I know 100%, like, nah, he ain't. That ain't none of his intention or anything else. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with it because I don't know what this man's intentions is or whatever else. Like you said, you giving him the whole rundown of what to do and what not to do. So anytime
that's what I'm saying.
I fuck up, he's consoling you or he's writing down the playbook.
But again, it's rare occasions where that is okay, man. Like that is all right. Like, prime example with with you and I and Shonda, man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it had to come to that, because at first, when we first met each other, many moons ago, I'm like, who is this fresh ass nigga that's always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this nigga got the shoes. What the fuck hey, hold on now. But over time, it had to evolve, and I had to understand what it is. Now, every man doesn't get that opportunity. True. Let's be clear on it. Let's talk about that. Every man doesn't get that opportunity. I'll give her flowers in saying that, you know what, she gave me the opportunity to learn who you were. If that makes sense.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, I have to give her flowers on that, because she gave me the opportunity. Now, it's some guys out here that aren't getting that same opportunity. And that's where it goes left. That's where it goes that way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. If I can't check the temperature, then I mean, yeah, it's a problem. Like if we ain't never been around each other, interacting around each other, at the time I was dating somebody, you know what I'm saying? So we're all around each other as a couple, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? So you get to learn, okay, what's going on, what's not going on. Formulate my own opinion. I can't just go off of you telling me, oh, it ain't nothing there. We ain't fucking, we never fuck. Like, I hear you, but that's just been said before.
Yeah.
Until I can stick, I can stick my foot in the water and see what the temperature is, see what's going on. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I definitely get what you're saying. Yeah. And a lot of niggas don't get the opportunity because, I mean, whether it's a man or a woman, they might not even like, if you have a game night over or, a get together and friends come over the house, that one particular friend ain't showing up, or when they do show up, it just ain't something right about the interactions going on. You like,
and that's happened to me. You know what? That's happened to me too. Being in a past relationship and having a girl homie, and me chopping it up with the homie, me being able to talk to the homie in front of my girl. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do it, like really laying in the bed, cuddled up. The homie pick up, picture pop up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, chopping it up. What's good? What's happening? What's cracking? But at the same time, when it came down to big events, homie did not show up. So that put the target on my back to the point where I'm like, damn, dog, like you gotta help me out here. Not that I was trying to put on, but at the same time, like you gotta help me keep this thing together, because without her blessing, this shit's falling. Like it's a wrap. So you gotta help me out. But she would, it wasn't even to a point where I believe she wasn't coming around because she fought with me like that, because she didn't, but nothing like that. But important shit, bro. She was not showing up. And it looked bad on me, man.
It does.
It looked bad, bro.
Especially if you're preaching about this friend, like, this is like somebody I really fuck with. Like it in your mind, there's no doubt that they won't be there, support me, or show up whenever I need them. If something's going on. Hey, we got something going on at the house. Little get together, come over and chill with me and my lady, have a drink or two, other people over and they don't show up. Yeah, so that looks a little, that does. Right, and I guess rightfully so.
But could I blame my girl?
No, because you probably feel the same way.
Listen, at the end of the day, like old lady, once upon a time, being in a relationship, she had a partner or whatever, or have had partners. Guess what? I never met Buddy. I never seen Buddy. I know Buddy. You talk about Buddy, but I ain't never seen Cuz. So I don't trust Cuz, because I don't know Cuz.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. I don't know him. I don't trust him. Like I said before, going back before I had the opportunity to learn who the hell you were, to let you know who the fuck I was, and I learned to trust you. I learned, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was, that's just what it was. Everybody don't get that opportunity, man. Ladies, men, if you got a friend or partner, whatever you want to call it, opposite sex, man, please afford your partner the opportunity to understand or to learn who this person is. It doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna be fucking butt buddies or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you got to give them an opportunity. Again, I think our situation is pretty rare. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't happen. You know what I mean? It don't happen like that.
Yeah.
It don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen like that. You know what I mean? And I think about it now that I think about it too. Two of my player partners come from me, from them being friends or befriending my old lady at the time first. And that's rare, because I'm trying to think of another time. I really can't. And these are, obviously you and Sean, y'all are two of my, my dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance, ladies. Give me a chance.
Y'all heard it. PSA from Dre. Y'all heard it.
Ladies, give him a chance, man. It'll help you out in the long run.
It will. That's the PSA. And I definitely agree with you. Like I think for those that you have those friends, but they're never around. Like when you come out, you do things, or when you do things, the energy ain't the same. Like, I don't know. Like, but I think that happens too with maybe venting too much to those same friends. Like, shit happened. Then next thing you know, your friend feels some kind of way about whoever you dealing with, and the energy ain't never right. So I think there comes a fine line with that venting too, and telling them certain things, because You know, you can. Sometimes it kind of it shouldn't be, but sometimes people kind of feel like they have to choose a side, an alliance, unless they're listening to both sides. So if your lady is venting to her friend about you, but you know that friend don't really have a relationship with you or don't talk to you and don't know your side, they just going off of what your lady says. And Absolutely. They might think like this nigga Dre ain't shit. Like I don't see why the fuck XYZ still deal with him or whatever else and da 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 all along. They don't know what the hell going on. Or Dre's side of the story, Dre's side of the story can be completely different. And the man ain't did nothing. The man just, you know, was minding his business, and she mad about some shit that she shouldn't even be mad about.
Thanks.
So yeah, I do think well, for the relationship to be successful, yeah, that PSA is definitely one that needs to be done. I mean, if you have friends that you do value, and you know you want to continue to maintain that relationship with them throughout the relationship that you have with, you know, your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, yeah, I think the friends should meet. Like, hey, especially if it's somebody close to you, like, hey, this is my lady, you know. Yeah. You believe soulmates exist? Or you think that's a thing? You think you have a soulmate?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I think that I do believe in the yin to your yang. I do. I believe in that. I think it's real. I think it's real. Do I always think that it comes in the right season? No.
Okay. I like that. So would you say you met your soulmate?
Yes.
Just not the right season?
Maybe not the right season.
That's interesting.
Maybe not the right season. I think I definitely, I know what my soulmate is. And I think I've met my, I think I have. I think but also too, let me backtrack. When it comes down to soulmates, right? I think it doesn't necessarily, man, now I gotta rethink what I just said, only because
well,
I believe, yeah, I do believe in soulmates. I do believe in soulmates. I do, but I also believe in again, seasons. And I also believe that just because somebody is good for you, or somebody's good for you, that doesn't mean that they are the one for you. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
No,
if that makes sense. Like, yeah, like just because you might agree, this person might check the block on every single thing on your list, it does not mean that you all are meant for each other, man.
True.
As crazy as it sounds, it might sound like an oxymoron, but I'm a true believer in that, man.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, it don't sound crazy at all. I mean, if you think about it with, you know, some kind of rationality, it don't. I don't know if I've. So using your premise of what you just said, I probably have met my soulmate.
Yeah.
But like you said, it doesn't mean that we were. Maybe we weren't right for each other at that time.
See, now you're seeing why I backtracked on what I said. Maybe.
So is there an instance that we, more times than not, don't end up with our soulmates?
I'll agree to that.
So I'm probably on the side or that ledge that will say I probably won't end up with my soulmate. that might be it.
Yeah, well, I think that's fair. I think it's a very good probability of that not happening, because you think about it, like, even if we're talking about time, you know, time waits for no man.
Yeah, and that's probably the majority of us that we won't end up with our soulmate.
That's what I'm saying. It's a high probability. Yeah. A high probability, man.
Interesting. Well, I'm not gonna hold you. I know you on borrowed time.
I am,
but anytime we can get together and talk for a good hour or more, it's always great.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, man.
Sure, for sure.
But man, it's good to see you. Good to see everything's going with you, man. You know what I'm saying? The talk we had before we got on, I know you're gonna do what's right for you and whatever's best, man. I can't wait to see you though, man. Whenever you get home,
Sure.
You know how we do.
Likewise, man.
Yes, sir. Before I forget, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I be forgetting all that shit these days, man. But you ready to close this one out?
Well, I give it up first, man. Again, it's always a pleasure, man, being up on here, man, on the platform that we created, man. Our baby, man, our creation, dog. Yes. It's always good, man. It's always good. It's always refreshing, man. Shout out to the home team. Shout out to my family. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to our viewers, man, and our listeners. We appreciate you. Can't say it enough, man. The feedback that we do get, it really does help. So I ask that, the guys and gals continue to help us out and tell us, letting us know what we can do better, how we can get better, man. I'm gonna give you your flowers too, big dog, because you've been doing a whole lot in my absence, man, and it's commendable, dog, for you to keep this train going, man, and to have it on your back like you do, man. I appreciate it, and and I appreciate the people that's been chipping in and helping us out and making sure that this thing keeps going, man. And besides that, I gotta say it, man. Mental health is real. We may not be subject matter experts, but we know a little bit about a little bit. Before you hurt yourself or harm others, man, reach out to us on our personal IGs or Facebooks, and we'll get you the help that you need. And that's all I got, bro. I give it up.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, listen, it's nothing, man. Like this us. We gonna do it. I know you would do the same for me. And I don't know, I get in them zones to where I just I want to get on this motherfucking microphone and talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not like physically being here in the US, it's a little difficult for you. But I mean, we gonna pick right back up, where we left off when you get back anyway. So that ain't no thing. I got an idea that I'm thinking about, man. People been on me about these dad hats and looking at the trucker. Right. I'm getting an idea about that one too. So but there's vendors out there that like we can just order from directly and they do the printing and all that shit. So we're gonna get to it, man. We're gonna talk about it. But so I did a poll probably about a month or two ago about dad hats. Everybody said yes.
I saw that.
Everybody said yes, we should do one. We should do it, besides one person.
Yeah.
That said no. Guess who that one person was? You'll never guess, but so I'm gonna tell you. Becton, the captain.
What captain?
I think she was Shonda's captain. Dark skin.
Yeah.
Only one that said no. What kind of hater shit is that? But anyway. Hey, everybody, thank you for everything that y'all do for us, for tuning in. Shout out to all the podcasters, shout out to my family, and everybody just holds me down, and hold us down and rock with us, whether it's, as a group or individually, a lot of this is because of y'all. You know, we thank you, you know, for the feedback and everything that y'all help us out with. And we just gonna keep on going. But thank you for tuning in to another week of Unapologetic The Podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world watching or listening to anything or anybody, but you were doing it with us. And we appreciate that. As always, we're unapologetic, we're unfiltered. See y'all next week.
Take it easy.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.